Hello, my name is Corcoran, and what I want to discuss in this short video is a somewhat unusual perspective on what is known as the beta value or beta value, depending on which side of the Atlantic you live, with regard to a company called Strategy, used to be called MicroStrategy, trades under the symbol MSTR. Now, normally, when people quote a beta or beta value for a security, like a share price, they do it with respect to, say, the S&P 500 benchmark index, or perhaps, say, another index. If you're based in the UK, you might express it against the FTSE 100, what have you. Now, the business model of MSTR is to, in a way, provide investors an opportunity to own Bitcoin, not directly, but via essentially the Bitcoin Treasury offering of MSTR. That model basically is where people buy securities that MSTR is offering. That could include equity, preferred equity, convertible notes, and what have you. And the proceeds from selling those securities is then used by MSTR to accumulate a very sizable amount of Bitcoin. As and when this is being recorded in August of 2025, the company Strategy owns approximately 630,000 Bitcoin, and with the current price applied to that, their holdings represent about $70+ billion. How would we then calculate the beta value of MSTR vis-a-vis the price of Bitcoin? What we can do is use a technique which I've covered elsewhere on my YouTube channel, which is to perform a linear regression whereby we compare the daily price movements of the company's shares, MSTR shares, versus the daily movement in the price of Bitcoin itself. This can be easily done in Excel. We can create a nice scatter plot here. We don't need to, but we can. And we can create this diagonal here, the line of best fit. There is an equation to this line. There it is, y equals 1.46x plus this small constant. And this value here, 1.46, is the gradient of this diagonal line. It also is effectively the beta or beta of MSTR measured now with respect to the price of Bitcoin, rather than, say, the up and down movements of the S&P 500. So if you found that interesting and you'd like to know more about the various topics that I cover on my YouTube channel, please do visit, and there is the URL, and thank you for watching.